Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Sunstone, and today I'm going to be showing you all exactly how to get a chicken coop and your very first chicken on Coral Island. So to begin this project, you will have to be on at least spring day 5, because on that day, the mines will open up for you and you will need ore to build the chicken coop. So it has to be at least spring day 5 to get started on this. Anytime after, you're good to go. So the first thing you want to do is you want to gather the materials that you're going to need for this coop. So you are going to need 100 pieces of regular wood, 50 pieces of stone, 5 bronze bars, 10 pieces of fiber, and also 2,000 coins. So you're going to need to save up some of your money for this as well. You can do this easily in early game just by foraging. I feel like you can make about 300 to 500 coins per day easily just by foraging, collecting shells, selling flowers, so on and so forth. So in early game, I think foraging is your best bet. You can also plant some potatoes. These are low cost up front, but will give you a good profit. To collect the other materials, you're literally just going to be collecting, wood, so you can chop down your trees, no problem. If for some reason you don't want to touch any of the trees on your own property, you can actually go up into the forest and you can find trees to chop down up here. There's some over here, like any of these you can chop down. There's also a bunch in here, and then even further over towards the mines, which is actually where you're going to need to go to get the next couple of materials. You could get the stone just off of your own land by breaking the rocks there. You can just easily collect rocks. Very simple. You can sometimes find ore and wood in these crates, so that's another way to help you gather those materials. And although it's not technically one of the required materials for the coop, you are going to actually also need coal in order to make your bronze bars. So definitely be sure to hold on to the coal you collect. If you do happen to run out, you can always make more using wood with your kiln. So there is another way to get coal if you do sell it by accident or run out. So these are the bronze ore that you're gonna need. As I'm being attacked here. But you just want to collect these. So in order to make the 5 bronze bars, you're going to need 25 pieces of ore because the ratio is 5 pieces of bronze ore to 1 bar. You're also going to need 5 pieces of coal because you need 1 piece of coal for every bar you smelt. So let's get this underway. You will unlock this furnace once you've first visited the mines. So we're just going to load up our machine here to make our 5 bars that we need. And then the final material we need is 10 pieces of fiber, which you're going to get by using your scythe and clearing the weeds or grass. So right now I have all the materials I need. I'm just waiting on those bronze bars. And while I'm waiting, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan out the next step for me, which is actually going to purchase the blueprint for the coop and turning in the materials. So you're going to be doing this step at the Carpenters, which is located right here on your map, so very close to your farm. But what I'm going to be checking are the hours and when they're open. The Carpenter shop is closed on Saturdays, so if you try to do this on a Saturday, you will have to wait until the following day. Alright, so now we have all the materials we need. So we are going to head out this north exit on our farm. Just continue up towards the ranch. When we hit the ranch, we swing a right. Then we continue north a little bit further. Swing another right here, past this little totem. We turn south and we are at the carpenter shop right here. So we're gonna head straight in. So we're gonna go over and interact with the shop counter. We're going to go to the carpenter tab here. This is exactly what we're looking for right here, the coop level 1 blueprint, which is going to house 4 coop animals. It shows on the side that we have all the necessary materials to complete this build along with the coins, and that it'll take 1 day. So that's perfect. We're just gonna click it, and that's that. So be careful. All you have to do is click once, and it's yours. So the blueprint is now in our backpack, and we're gonna head right back to our farm and decide where we want to place this coop. Now, this is something that is going to be important in my opinion. It will cost about 2,000 coins to move this building, which I think in late game is fine, but in early game, that might be a little bit tough to manage. So we really want to be certain about where we're going to place this. So definitely don't hesitate to take your time when you're trying to figure out where you want your farm buildings. So I think I'm going to be putting them over here somewhere. So what you want to do once you've decided where you're going to put the building is to make sure you've cleared an area for it, including the grass. you need to cut all this down. To get an idea of what it's going to look like, you just have to equip the building in your hotbar, but be careful because once you place it, you've placed it. So make sure you're okay with where it's going to go. If for some reason you're having trouble placing it because it's showing red and it's like not letting you place it, it could be for two reasons. It could be because you are intersected with the building, so you can't place it on top of yourself. The other thing could actually be if you are facing the wrong way. So if you're facing away from the building, you're not going to be able to place it anywhere. You have to be facing towards it and then wait for it to light up in green. So hopefully that helps. I'm going to put it like right here. So there's that. I've placed it. So this will take a day to complete, so we will just have to wait on that. I'm just going to clear this out too while I'm here. Now, something else you could do while you're waiting for this to be built is you could make a fence around it if you want to. You'll get a few basic ones in the beginning, so you can just do the makeshift one if you'd like. There's also the wooden one, so you can definitely build a fence while you're waiting to keep your chickens safe. You definitely don't have to. They can just wander around if you want them to just wander around. So it's definitely up to you. So there we go. We have a little area for them to start off with. You can always expand this later on. You also can make gates if you want to, but I choose not to because I prefer to just hop over the fence myself. Let's go to bed now. All right, so we're on the next day. And it is still under construction because this is the one day that it takes to build. So by tomorrow, it'll be all ready to go. This is a great day to, build the fence around it, make some more money if you need that to go purchase your chicken. This is also a great time to check the hours for the ranch to see when they're going to be open. We can see that they're closed on the Saturdays, so it's going to be closed for me tomorrow. I'm going to have to skip ahead 2 days to go get my chicken. But if it's any other day for you, you'll be fine. Now, this next step is optional. However, I would highly recommend it if you're going to be having more than like one animal on your farm. So you're gonna head back to the carpenter shop and you're gonna go back under carpenter. And here you're gonna scroll down and you're gonna find this. You're gonna find the mill. What you need for this are 20 pieces of scrap, 50 pieces of wood, and 2 bronze bars. So it's really not hard to get these materials. The scrap you make by processing trash into scrap with your recycling machine. You can also find scrap when you clear piles of trash. So if you can manage to get another 2,000 coins, I would definitely recommend purchasing the mill because it is going to dramatically cut down on the amount of time you have to put into going to get food for your animals. And your animals need to be fed or they're not going to produce. So I am going to also purchase this and follow the same steps as we did for the coop to place this on my farm. Okay, so I'm gonna place it right here. This one is also gonna take a day to build, so we will wait on that as well. Again, this is optional, but I would highly recommend doing it if you can, or prioritizing this step soon after you build the coop at least. Another option for feeding your animals is coming to Sam's and shopping. Under the shop category, you can get grass starters. So if you buy a bunch of these, you can actually place them in the general area that you have your farm animals fenced into, and they will actually eat the grass starters, so that saves you on the food you have to place inside. Of course, they can also just eat the grass that is already existing on your farm, but if you wanted to clean it up a bit and decorate and have them fenced in, you will need to place new grass starters to replace the grass that you cleared. So we are going to move the time ahead here. And I'm actually moving it ahead by 2 days so that the ranch will be open. For the sake of this video anyway, I wouldn't recommend doing this in the game because you could make a lot of money from foraging or, there's lots of other things you can do in the meantime. So we can see that both our coop and our mill are fully built now. They look great. These each took 1 day to complete, respectively. So I'm gonna take my grass starters and I'm gonna plant them in here for my future chickens, so they have lots of food to eat. I want to make sure everything's ready before I go actually get my animal. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on cutting these weeds. So once you've collected your fiber, and you can do this with up to 50 pieces, you're just going to go over to your mill and you're going to interact and process it. So now those 50 pieces of fiber are going to turn into 50 pieces of hay. That's what we need. That's what your animals are going to eat if they don't eat the grass. So if they're having an inside day, or you forget about them inside and don't let them out, or if it's winter time and all the grass has died, once you go inside to your coop, we're going to get it all ready for our future little chicken. And then you're going to go over to this bin, interact with it, and you can pull out 4 pieces. of hay. Well, you can pull out as many as you want, but you're only gonna need 4. And you're gonna place the fodder down right there. So now your chickens are covered on all bases. They have inside food, they have outside food. So now we're gonna check on the ranch. The ranch is open today and they're open till 5 o'clock. So we're gonna head over to the ranch just by going north from our farm. We've already passed it by a couple times. So we're gonna head in to the ranch and we're gonna go over to the shop counter. If you chose to opt out of the mill process, this is where you would be coming to get the hay. So it's 30 coins a piece, but we're not doing that. We have our mill set up. So we're gonna go to the animal section here. And so you can purchase a chicklet or a full-grown chicken. The benefit to purchasing a chicken is it will start producing eggs right away. So if you need eggs for something right away, you could go this route. It will be 600 coins, however, so double the amount of a chicklet, which is 300 coins. It will take 5 days for the chicklet to grow up into a sus chicken, so keep that in mind, but I'm going to go with the chicklet. So I'm purchasing a chicklet. You then select the building you want to place the chicklet in. So if you had more than one coop, you could toggle between them, you know, and organize the animals how you'd like. But I only have one coop, so we're selecting this building. And then you give it a name. This is important. Give your animal a great name. So I'm going to be naming this one Scramble. And then when I'm ready, I will confirm for the 300 coins. And because I actually have a good amount of money, I'm gonna buy a second one. So they start growing up together. And do the same process. And this one is going to be named Omelette. So again, confirm for 300 coins. Perfect. So now we have 2 little baby chicklets, and they will be there immediately. If you go to your coop, they're gonna be there right away. It's like instant delivery. So let's let them out because they deserve to come outside. So to let your animals out, you just click the bell, call them outside, and they are going to head on out. Look at them, they are so cute. And of course, if you let your animals out, they will then eat the grass out here instead of the food inside. So that is definitely helpful to save on food. There's also going to be these hearts to make sure you pet them and keep track of that, and definitely pet them because then you can get higher quality animal products from them ultimately and develop your relationship with them. So see, oh, they just munched that whole tuft of grass. They're very hungry. They're completely lost in there. So especially when you have the chicklets, I think the fence is important just to keep track of where they are because they're so little and cute. But they will return back into the coop when they want to, so you don't have to worry about, you know, wrangling them back in. They'll be fine. They'll make their way back in. So these little guys are going to be full-grown chickens in 5 days. They grow up so quick. You can interact with them too to keep an eye on them. It keeps track of their age, their mood, you know, shows off their name. So that's useful too. They're both feeling happy. I'm so glad. This coop will have room to house an additional 2 more chickens. So when I'm ready for them, I will adopt 2 more most likely. And then once they're full grown, they will produce eggs every day of varying qualities, depending on a variety of factors, you know, from your relationship with them to if they ate, if they're happy, if you've implemented lab upgrades, so on and so forth. So this is how you get a chicken coop and your first chickens on Coral Island, beginning to end, with the optional step of also getting the mill, which I highly recommend. I hope this walkthrough guide was helpful. Let me know what you named your chickens in the comments below. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, take care. And a very special thanks to Mandy, Meredith, Formotus, Samur, Tansy, Cisco, Tyr, Quinn, Sky, Whale, and Coons, my Sunstone members. I love you all, and thank you so much for your support. It really helps to make all of this possible and means the world to me.